everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Ben, and I am JZS Main. My channel is going to be all about the automotive industry, with a little bit of traveling, as you know, those are two things that I really enjoy in life. This is my 2002 Toyota Aristo. I imported in 2018 through B-Pro Imports out of Calgary. I waited 2 months for this car while it was being shipped over on the boat, and I can tell you that is probably the longest 2 months of my life. So let's talk about why I created my YouTube channel. This channel obviously is about me and my car, you know, my passion for the automotive industry, but I want to do a little bit more. I want to do a step farther, and I want to get something that it took years for me to figure out what I wanted exactly. And you know, that's to find my calling in life, my passion. What I wake up every day in the morning to that I'm just ecstatic about, and that's cars, you know. It's been under my nose for countless years, and finally, you know, it happened, you know. I love the automotive industry. I love building cars. I bought this 2002 Toyota Aristo back in 2018. I daily drive the thing, well, as much as I can, I guess you can say. Some days you just can't, right? But I want to inspire people like me to not be scared about finding your calling, your passion. You know, go for it. Don't feel you're limited to settling for second best or just the average. Like I said, I spent 7+ years in the oil and gas industry. That's all I knew, right? Oil and gas and construction, working away from home. And then finally I said I had enough, and this was 2 years ago, no, a year and a half ago. Finally I had enough. I was working up north, and I pulled the pin, drove home, said that's it, I'm done. I am not going back to the oil and gas industry ever again. I've made lots of friends, don't get me wrong, lots of great relationships up there, but it's time to change, and you shouldn't be scared about change in life. Life comes in many different forms, many different ways, and the biggest thing is find something that you like, something that you enjoy, that you can do daily. And biggest thing, I've been told many times that I can't do this, you can't do that, and I know there's lots of people out there. So my goal for this channel is to show everyone that with enough motivation, you can succeed, and you can do what you want, no matter what, with no limitations. I'm planning a lot for this channel. I'll give you a couple hints. You know, this Aristo is going under the knife this winter. I'll be single turbo swapping it with a couple buddies and boosting a lot more power. We just finished a project on my buddy's R33 GTST Skyline. We put an HX30 in it, and you guys will see some footage of that. I've got the build progress, well, some of it, as much as I could be there, while having a 9-to-5 job every day and only working on the weekends. But the car is semi-complete. It's going in for tuning this week, and we're hoping for like 400 wheel at least. Through this whole journey, I'm gonna be teaching you guys, showing you guys that it's really not that hard to actually get out there, follow your passion, do what you want to do, so you can wake up every morning with a smile on your face and just be ecstatic that you get to live each and every day where you are, and how grateful you are, or should be, in life. Life is short. I've understood that through numerous things, and you really got to grab the bull by the horns and go for it, because if you really look at it, you don't have that much time. You know, I can't even fathom how fast the past 10 years have gone since I was in high school. Graduated in 2011. Now I'm 27. 3 years I'm gonna be 30. It's crazy times like this. Boom, 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 boom. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm sure you'll enjoy my content. I will be getting the best of the best, and trust me, when this car is built, I'm gonna get you and everyone online what they want to see. Whether it's the best burnout content, the best pulls. I'm gonna do some racing. Maybe go up to Edmonton to Castro Raceway, see what the car puts down. The biggest thing I want to bring to my channel, to love in life, don't let anyone tell you that you're unable to do it. You can't do it. It just won't work. No, don't let them do that, because if you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything possible. You know, mine's the automotive industry, and I love cars. I love filming cars. I love seeing cars. I love horsepower. I love working on cars. You know, and I've been told no, I can't do a lot of things in life, but I'm gonna prove everyone wrong, and I'm gonna show everyone, and I'm gonna show you guys that with a little bit of determination and a little bit of motivation, you can accomplish some of the most amazing things when you put your mind to it. From the day I locked everything in and confirmed, it took 2 months, and now this isn't the first time I've imported a car. I imported a 98 WRX STI version 4 through B-Pro back in 2012. Same thing, took 2 months to get here from Japan. I can tell you, it's probably the hardest wait I've had in my life. Waiting on the car, constantly checking, is it here yet, is it here yet, is it here yet? No, be a little bit longer, you know, but in the end, it's totally worth it. So through the past 2 years, the car, I've just been daily driving it pretty much. I've got intake, exhaust, I got a fuel cut defender so I can up my boost a little bit here, and other than that, well, minus out the 3-inch straight pipe exhaust that has gotten me a ticket already once. But it's a passion, right? You love it. This kind of thing, you just continue. So this isn't my first import. I've had a few, you know, a 91 GTR, a 94 RX-7 FD, and a 98 WRX STI. These cars, I fell in love with the cars when I seen my first R32 GTR. It was in that beautiful cherry red. My best friend's neighbor actually had the car, and I remember one night, the one that really popped out to me was I was in my parents' TSX in town, pulled up to a stoplight, and he pulled up beside me in the GTR. Not knowing it was a GTR, I was just like, sweet, all young and dumb, love pulling up to a stoplight and racing whoever was beside me. The little did I know, he was twin turboed inline 6, 2.6 liter. I think it was about, you know, mid 350 wheel horsepower, and he killed me. It was no contest. And right after that, I was like, what kind of car that is? I need to find out what kind of car it is. So, you know, a couple days later, I went over to my buddy's house, and sure enough, that's the car. It was there, and I was like, no way. Started talking to him and whatnot, you know, showed me around the car, told me about it. I seen his YouTube channel, some videos of it, and I could not get it out of my head. I needed this car. I needed it. And this was like, you know, late 2000s, maybe 2009, 2010, around there. And then still in high school, you know, working away. Couldn't really afford it. It was $10,000 for one of these cars, but I still was persistent. I needed one. So it wasn't until about 2011, after, you know, saving up, working, I was able to purchase, you know, with the help of my parents. I got a loan, and I purchased one from a guy in St. Albert. I'll post a picture of it so you guys can see. The first day I got it, I'll post the first picture right now. So I got this car, fell in love with it. It was just amazing. Drove it everywhere, had fun with it. But the downside is the cars are not the most reliable. You know, but they're expensive. It takes a lot of money to keep them maintained, especially if you're daily driving them. Looking back now, I probably wouldn't have daily driven the car. You know, just because it was too expensive. I was 17, young and dumb, ripping everywhere, grabbing gears, racing anyone I could. I took it to Race City in Calgary when it was open, put a stage 4 clutch in it, pulled the boost restrictor. The fastest time I got was a 12.6 at 103 miles an hour, which was good. You know, I was shocked. And I can tell you the attention that car brought to the car scene, I'd go down to Barlow and there'd just be a group of people coming and checking it out. Everyone loved it. And I think that's kind of what got me into this scene the most, was having that feeling, you know, of people coming and like, wow, you got such a nice car, man. Like, and they really appreciate every aspect of it. And my best friend, he loved it. He was 16, just turning 16. He was 15 at the time I had the car. I let him drive it everywhere, put a smile on his face, and I wanted to share that with, you know, the people that I care about most. You know, if I got a smile on my face and other people got a smile on their face, that makes my smile 10 times better. It makes me 10 times happier. I want people to experience the things that I experience in life, even if they can't, you know. And I think that's what brings me into the automotive field, you know. There's tons of people that love this, you know, love fast cars, love everything. And you know what? I don't mind taking people for rides, you know. Don't mind showing them, talking to them about the car, anything they ask. I've had numerous little kids come up, oh, that's such a cool car, can I sit in it? Yeah, sure. And a lot of it is they've never seen a right-hand drive on the road. This is back in 2012, you know, 8 years ago, where they're really not that common, right? So it was a pretty big hit, and that was the turning point for my career in imports, I guess you could say. Now, after a few years, I ended up selling that car. You know, it sucked. It was my pride and joy, but realized, you know what, you can always buy another one. You know, although prices are inflated now, I paid $9,600 for that Skyline. To get one in about the same conditions, probably going to be somewhere in the 30 grand mark. I'm going to have to bite that bullet and pay that much. It sucks knowing that I paid, you know, under 10 grand for my first one. But that car's always had a special place in my heart. And we'll have another one. We'll be bringing another one to the channel for you guys so you guys can see it. But for now, I've got my 2002 Toyota Aristo, and it's gonna go under in a pretty extensive build. You know, it's gonna be fast, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna show you guys everything you want to see about the car. You know, burnouts, exhaust notes, every little aspect and every little detail you guys want. Just tell me, and I have no problem filming it and showing you, so you can understand exactly what it's like owning one of these cars. It's different, you know. Luckily, I have the ability and I'm able to daily drive this car, not worry about the maintenance costs, but that's what comes with life, right? Buy it, fix it, break it, repeat, right? Or buy it, break it, fix it, repeat. And yeah, that's what it is. You know, she needs some maintenance now, so you guys will see. I'm gonna do the alternator upgrade off of I think it's a Tundra. They come with like a 90 or 100 amp, but I'm gonna put, I think, a 120 or 140 amp alternator in this. Give it a little bit more juice. I plan on putting subs, a full sound system. You know, keep the VIP aspect of this, but make it extremely fast. That's my goals for this this car and whatnot. And through this whole channel, you guys are gonna see there'll be many other things. I got a couple other buddies doing some nice builds. We just put a HX30 in my buddy's Skyline, and what a difference compared to this thing and that thing, what it's pulling now. It's scary. Alrighty, we got the coffee and we are good to go. So as I was saying, yeah, I want to bring you guys the best content possible, you know, and I also want to share my journey in life with you. You know, everywhere I go, you guys will come with me, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. I'm planning on a lot of, you know, different things to do to show you guys some things, you know, people won't be able to do in life because they don't have that opportunity. So if I can bring that to them so they can experience it, whether it's through a TV screen or a computer screen or even your phone, I'm gonna do that. I want to share my journey with you guys so that you guys can experience it. And it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. We've got a lot of builds going on right now with a few of my buddies and whatnot. Plus, who doesn't like seeing burnouts, you know, street races and all that fun stuff? So stay tuned, and there's gonna be a lot more to come. So now, you know, I'm gonna go and we're gonna show you a little bit of the outside of the car and give you a little bit of teasers what you're in store for. A couple weeks ago, opportunity to meet them. I ended up meeting Dave and Damon, such humble people, you know, amazing, great, seeing their 720 GTR, Dave's Squadron Corsa Gallardo, which is pristine, sounds so good, and that VF Engineering supercharger he put on it. Stay tuned, because I will have that video coming out in a little bit here. You know, I'm just struggling to find time, working a 9 to 5 through the week. It's hard, you know, I gotta juggle some things around, you know, spend time with the girlfriend, you know, life. So I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna be able to upload as much as I can. This is my 2002 Toyota Aristo V300 Vertex Edition. Beautiful, beautiful car. It does need a paint correction and maybe a cut and polish I'm gonna do next spring. I winter drove this car once, and I tell you, the Canadian weather does not do any good in winter for vehicles. That's solid. Luckily I have no rust that I've spotted yet, but yeah, this is her. This is what I'm going to be bringing you guys, all the content in, all the content of, to my YouTube channel. It is the 2JZ twin turbo engine. I've got a blow off HKS super sequential blow off valve, blitz intake, 3-inch straight pipe, manual boost controller, and a fuel cut defender so I can raise my boost above the, I think it's fuel cuts 14 pounds in these things. I plan on doing a front mount intercooler this winter and a full single turbo swap. Hoping next spring to gross about 450 wheel horsepower. My next limiting factor will be a fuel system and my transmission. They don't really hold out. I plan on blowing this transmission anyway, so I'm not really too worried about it. You know, some people will be like, oh, why would you do that? Why won't you build it? I don't know. I kind of want to do a manual swap in it, so we'll see. It's $200 for a new transmission, so even if I do blow it, I'll just go and buy another one and put it in. But yeah, this is her. I will give you guys a little teaser of the exhaust. It sounds amazing. I have it in TTC mode right now to get that true 2JZ sound. Sequential, it's alright, but until your second turbo spools up and comes online, you're only getting technically 3 cylinders exhaust, so it does sound really weird. I'll put that in another video, but this is her. Let's get some sound clips and I'll tell you a little bit more what I've got coming in store for this thing. I tell you, nothing beats the sound of that 2JZ. I've had many, well, I wouldn't say many imports, but I had a 91 GTR with the RB26 DETT twin turbo inline 6. I had the 13B out of an RX-7 twin turbo. That engine, those rotaries, I tell you, are something different. They sound like nothing else. My goal will be to have a 20B, which is like 10 times the sound of a 13B. It's just, it's so unique, and I think that's what I love the most out of it. I've had a 98 WRX STI, the Boxer engine's great cars, love that thing whomped. But now I decided a 2J is needed in my life. Fun fact for you guys, the Toyota Aristo was the first car to house the 2JZ GTE, the well-known motor that came in the Mark IV Supra. Yes, it was in a 4-door boat before they came out with the Supra. Not a lot of people know that. I personally didn't know that until I did my research. You know, these things are heavy cars, they are boats, but you know, give it enough how heavy it is, they do actually have some pep to them. You know, it's shocking, to tell you the truth. A lot of my friends were like, holy crap, that thing's actually, you know, fairly quick for what it is. I've got the single turbo build coming this winter, so she's going to be even faster. You guys will get lots of content on that. My buddy just single turboed his R33 Skyline. Well, I guess we both did. It's running now, going in the shop this week for some tuning, and he's hoping, you know, maybe around 450 wheel horsepower. I went for a rip in it there 2 days ago, and I tell you, wow, it's shockingly quick, that's for sure. But I'm going to end this video off today right here at McMahon Stadium. Hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content. I've got tons and tons coming. Earlier this month in September here, I managed to meet the DDE crew in Banff. I've got content on that coming. I've got content on the single turbo swap Skyline coming. So like I said, hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more.